Welcome back to another episode of the Real Me podcast. I'm a recording, and this is the podcast where I really talk about what is on my mind and in my heart and really just share with you my true thoughts and feelings. It's not like in this podcast episode, I'm not giving you an explanation of something, I'm not discussing something. If you want that, go to my other podcast, The Cosmic Sky. There's several episodes there, and there will be many more to come. Every day new episodes will come out of that podcast where I am, giving you the the understanding, the explanation, the packagation of something. So if you want my real astrological insight and knowledge into what I am talking about, then go over to that podcast. This is purely getting to know the real me and just chilling out and opening myself up to you and being authentic online. Like online, I am a very, very authentic person, and I aspire to be that. I aspire to be somebody who is their true self and who is unafraid to be themselves online. And so, in this episode, I'm talking about something that I have previously discussed on another episode about a viral choir teacher, comparison and jealousy. I knew him before the fame. Well, this is somebody that I don't know in my real life, but I also feel very, very jealous towards. And this person happens to do the same thing as I do. The image that you're seeing here is showing the envy, and it's showing, illustrating, basically looking at just how popular somebody is, how great their life is. And, just in general with envy, the topic of envy, we get envious and jealous when somebody shows off their balloons, or somebody shows off their boat or their canoe or their either fancy house or their mansion or their life or a party that they go to, or, whatever on Instagram stories, for instance. That's where it can really, really be and really, really, take center stage. But also, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about jealousy when it comes to somebody else online that does what you do, that is more popular than you, that who is more popular than you. And it becomes baked into your consciousness, and you can't cease, you can't cease it or get rid of it. So I did a short earlier today on my channel, an astrologer who is like me but not, and that was just a little, like, there was a teaser to this episode. I just thought, oh well, I'll just do a short and be all end all. Well, this afternoon I just had this, this urge to come on and do a video, so here I am talking about this. This astrologer has a podcast in his 40s. Now this astrologer I had an issue with, because I'll tell you the reason why. Is because I was watching a video that he did, a podcast episode that he did on YouTube, December 2022, and that was about the sun squaring Neptune. And the whole point, which I completely disagree with and is wrong, is why perfectionism is a good thing. And I'm just like, why can't you just let this go? That's what my authority figure is saying. Well, because I really, really, really am like, no, no, it is not a good thing. Because to be perfectionist means that you are being critical of yourself, you are being mean to yourself, you are not loving yourself, you are not accepting yourself as you are. You are completely like, it's this compulsive thing where you're like, it's not good enough, it's not good enough, and you're constantly trying to make it better, constantly. That's what perfectionism is. It is not self-improvement. Okay, the self-improvement is different. It is different. because self-improvement is, well, you know what? I love myself and I am choosing to show that I love myself by improving. I'm loving myself, and a loving act to myself is improving, is becoming better, is taking something and improving it, fixing it, looking at a habit pattern that you have, looking at a way of being that you have and making it better, seeing how you can um evolve it to the next level. What you can do to really make it shine, make it stand out, make it the best that it can be. And this habit pattern in my life, whatever in my life. You know what? If I didn't love myself, I would continue to be engaging in this pattern of alcohol addiction, of uh, of second guessing myself, of people pleasing, of whatever. So I am looking at this honestly and saying, okay, this needs to improve. This needs to get better. This needs to be changed so that I can live a more fulfilled and happy life, and then I can evolve as a soul being living human experience. Because that's the reality. We're all souls living a human experience. And so, okay, now, if you didn't love yourself, you'd still be doing it. You'd still be doing it. The act of improving is showing that you love yourself. Now, perfectionism is like the opposite. It is you improving, but in a way that is harsh, mean, uh, aggressive towards yourself, and uncaring, unfeeling, cutting off your soul. It's cutting off your compassion for yourself. It's cutting off the love that you have for yourself. It's allowing the mean voices and the critical voices that tell you you're not good enough. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You're unworthy to do this. Like allowing those voices to take over and having your actions be directed by those voices. And that creates this real inauthenticity, in this real destruction and ruining of what you've already created because it's not good enough. I have to improve it. I have to make it better. I am not going to be a perfectionist in my life. And I want to make that very, very loud and clear. I am not going to be a perfectionist. I hate perfectionism because it has destroyed my life as somebody who has a Jupiter in Virgo. Well, not destroyed my life, but it's messed with my life. It's made my life a very, very difficult uh thing. And like as good as Barbara Streisand is, and as much as I admire Barbara Streisand for her beautiful singing voice, the whole perfectionism thing, the whole just continually, and I am saying to Mr. Beast, the famous YouTuber Mr. Beast, being perfectionist over the content being, like I will amend what I said, like making videos is a skill, but it doesn't have to be a skill that you perfect in a way where it is where you're just constantly working at it and taking of the pieces of it and really aggressively making it better. Like he is going towards that north node so intensely that it's like I'm never satisfied, it's not enough. So drop back into Pisces, drop back into surrender, drop back into the energy that says you are enough, you are beautiful, you are love, you are spirit, you are your higher self. um and it is a self-loving and it is a forgiving energy. When you're in perfectionism, it's very, very difficult to forgive yourself. And I have been there, so I know. So I just think titling this video, Why Perfection is a Good Thing, is kind of like saying why racism is a good thing, why sexism is a good thing, why war is a good thing, why conspiracy theories are good things. That's what it is. It is minimizing and it is making something that it is not. And the kind of an insult to say, well, you know what, this pattern that has really, really messed with your life, it's actually a good thing. I didn't know if you consider it. I don't know, you don't, I don't know if you've heard the nuanced, um, gray version of this, but it's actually a good thing. Like, you cannot be so neutral and so intelligent and bright and tell me that perfectionism is a good thing because I'm not gonna buy it because it's not. And that is the fact. It is not a good thing. So that's what I want to say with that. I want to make my point very, very crystal clear with perfectionism and how strongly I am just against it. So this was this person. Age is just a number. He's in his 40s right now. I'm, in my 20s right now, and age is just a number to say, I just feel like I just have lived through this enough where I understand not a good thing. So yeah. So that's my beliefs on perfectionism. Um, Very, very strong beliefs on that, and I'm claiming those reasons for good, reasons. But just to say, this very person who did this video, from the very, very first time that I saw him, ah, anger, anger, dislike, rejection, resistance. You are too much for me. You need to be tamed down. You need to hold your voice in. You need to stop sharing your opinions and your viewpoints and your knowledge because I don't want you to. You shouldn't do this. That's what I felt towards this very person when I first encountered him on YouTube 2022. Wow. So articulate, so knowledgeable, so this, so that, and I'm lacking in that. Well, if you see my videos now, I'm a very, very different person. I have sprung back to life, my mojo is back, and you will hear how articulate I am with my astrology. So we are both competition for each other, and we are both giving each other a run for our money, a run for our buck, so to speak. So I have my progressed moon in Leo right now. And the progressed moon in Leo wants to take the center. And sometime I'll do a video on the moon in Leo in this podcast, but that will come later. I'm not gonna rush and just push, 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 push for videos. Because I have all the time in the world to do it, and I will take all the time in the world to do it. And nobody will tell me, oh, you can't do a video because you're too busy, whatever. No, 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 no. I will do the video because I and my soul and my authenticity want to do the video, and I will make time for it in my if I have to. So my progressed moon's in Leo. And that is a time when you're feeling more creative, more expressive, more your true self, wanting to put yourself out there, wanting to shine in the spotlight, wanting to take up all the room in the whole wide world. That's what the progressive moon in Leo is. It's a very, very radiant, progressed moon to have. And it's a time where you're more creative. But here's one thing, here's an insight that I have to give you about Leo energy. It falls prey to comparisonitis, it falls prey to jealousy more easily than, say, other signs because it wants to be the loudest voice in the room. It wants to have the center stage. It wants to take up the center spotlight. It wants to be, it just wants to shine on its own and be its authentic self and share its gifts and share its talents and its creative spark, its creative energy. It does this purely and innocently and with pure, authentic, and loving and good intentions. But then somebody else comes along and does the same thing. Okay, so you're picturing the situation where a person with this is doing this and somebody else comes along. And this other person is also very, very creative and very, very expressive and very, in my case, articulate, very intelligent, very knowledgeable. And they come in and they share their creative gifts and do it. And they're just sharing themselves. But to the first person, it feels like, you're taking away my light. You're taking away my spotlight. You're taking away my center stage. You're taking away what I love doing. You are outdressing me because the fact is that nobody outdresses the bride, and you outdress me as the bride in the wedding. You outdid me. You outsmarted me. You were so much bigger and have so much more of a personality and charisma and so much more knowledge, or so much prettier or smarter or taller. I don't know if it's the thing that people get jealous about. So much more put together, so much more popular or whatever. It's like the classic thing with comparison, like somebody having a nicer car than you, having a nicer house than you, having, all these things. And with that progressive and layer, you're, really, really in the energy of it's easier to feel those emotions of jealousy and envy when you are in a progressive and Leo. I know because I lived through it. I don't want to make it a bad thing. I want to make it a natural thing. It is okay to feel. Like these are emotions that are okay to feel. Okay. I just want you to know that you're perfectly okay and it's perfectly natural, and that you shouldn't be ashamed. You shouldn't feel guilty, or you shouldn't be critical of yourself or whatever for feeling these feelings. It's perfectly okay to feel this. So Leo wants to shine. And then this other person comes along and outshines them. And it happens to be on social media, for instance. And I have 235 subscribers. Let me just check. Maybe I've gained one. Yep, no. This person has, let me go look to his channel. 87.3K subscribers, over 87.3K subscribers. More videos than me, although I will be transferring some videos over from my original channel. So, well, yeah. So, um, has a nice, good, um, channel banner. Well, dang, I wish I could do that. I've tried working with the channel banner in the past, but I couldn't get the darn image to fit. I couldn't get the words to be the right, to all be seen there. How come you can get yourself so fancy with the whole banner, and putting your face up there and putting your title up there and being able to do that, and I can't? Why can't why can't I be able to put thumbnails in my Spotify videos and you can? Why can't I have this, but you can? Why can you do this and I can't? That's the kind of dialogue that gets looked at with all of this stuff. It makes me infuriated. It just makes me infuriated that somebody like this is doing almost exactly what I'm doing and very, very similar to me, yet is more popular, is more recognized, is more well known than I am. how unfair is that? How how dare you? How dare you take away my light? How dare you outshine me? How dare you um be bigger and more popular than I am? And it becomes an ego thing where it becomes, about you then. So, it's like Leo turns from this innocent, just purely loving and creative, expressive soul who wants to express itself to then this egoic person trying to prove themselves and trying to compete with the people that they're trying to compete with because they feel jealous of them, because they feel envious of them, because they're competing with them, because they feel that they are bigger and better than them, so they want to rise above them. They want to be better than that. And that leads to narcissism because that leads to a very insecure, false sense of who you are. You're not feeling secure within yourself at that point. You're not in the energy of humility. You're not in the energy of just feeling good and feeling worthy to be who you are and doing what you want, what you makes you what you want to do to make what you want to do to make you feel happy. And then somebody else comes in, and Leo energy just goes from this soul-centered energy to this supercharged ego mania. I hate the words that are coming out of my mouth as I speak because I don't like this. And I mean, wow, if this is the struggle that I'm dealing with over the progressed moon in Leo, then I think it's pretty good. I have it pretty good in the progressed moon in Virgo. I hope that when my progressed moon enters Virgo, I'm not going to be this um uh um critical perfectionist person um who is so self-conscious and totally different. So insecurity about the self in a different way. And so you try to puff yourself up in a way, I want to say, try to fill yourself up with hot air and want to take down anyone who tries to challenge you or anyone who seems bigger and better than you or try to be very, very egoic in your mind when they just are their authentic selves, when they share their creative energy, when they express themselves, when they are they who they are. It's a hard lesson to learn. Humility is a hard lesson to learn. Humility is not this preached process where, oh, you have to just be humble and, like shut down who you are. But just get out of your ego is what I'm saying. Like humility is not stuck in your ego. I strongly want this person to be watching and listening to this episode, this of my podcast, of one of my podcasts that I have my creative stamp on that is apart from anybody else. Now, this person's North Node is in Leo. Well, that says, be creative, put yourself out there, express yourself, shine, um, be who you are unapologetically, be who you are without apology or without trying to cover yourself up or go along with the group and conform with what the other group needs instead of the North Node of Leo. Um, is about just um taking action and having fun and it's joy, it's putting yourself out there, it's so many things. And my North Node is in Taurus, assigned to my own personal values, in the fifth house of creativity, of what I want to do, of something that I am creating that is of a something that I want to express from my heart. That's what the fifth house is. So my North Node is there. South Node in the 11th. So I wonder if this person's North Node is in the second, and if his North Node is in the second, well, I will be just so amazed because we will just overlap each other completely. You know, yeah. And another thing that we have in common, we both have Mars and Gemini in our charts. He has Mars and Gemini direct. I have Mars and Gemini. So we're both very, very driven and very motivated and very inspired to share what we have to say through our voice, through our communication, our ideas, our like I strongly want to give this person a run for his money with the content that I make in my own way. And again, this natural feeling of just wanting to prove yourself, of wanting to be bigger and better and bolder and more knowledgeable and deeper in my explanations and my interpretations of the astrology that I'm presenting than this person. And but I'm not going to be anybody else. I'm not going to be anyone that I'm not. Um, and Mars and Gemini um, really is great at communicating. And I think that there's a way that we communicate in the way that we communicate that overlaps. And it's kind of like a twin or a sibling that's so much like you. So much of who you are, um, and who you are. But yet you are drawn away from it because you're too much like me. Too much like me. And I feel drained when I am with you, and I feel drained when I am around you, and when um, I think about you and I see you and I observe you doing your creative thing, your creative hobby or talent or whatever. And this is this person's creative profession is doing astrology, doing these videos. And guess what? Mine too. Mine too. Okay. I will be doing my thing with my own creative stamp, and I am perfectly worthy to shine as this person is, and I want to do the same thing as this person because I want to, and I'm not trying to compete with this person. But yeah, we do happen to do the same things, and whenever I watch him, I just ego, anger, resistance, just I like when I watch this person, when I listen to this person, I can't hear and fully understand, enjoy and just hear this person's ideas for what they are. I'm caught in the jealousy and the comparison and the real anger that I feel in my soul towards this person about about being more popular than I am, being so articulate and being able to have all this knowledge, but being more popular than I am, doing the same things, producing every day, laughing in a similar way, putting posts on Instagram, giving a summary of our videos and doing it and have those likes on the videos. Well, like this is somebody that I want to aspire to be, and this is somebody who I want to be, but not in his way of doing it. Well, I mean, for starters, he did, I did email this person. I did say to this person, well, I don't like the whole sign house system used in horoscopes because I said that astrologers overemphasize the houses and not the signs. With it's meaningless, it's superficial, it's it doesn't give real meaning to what the signs are and how they can grow and how they can evolve and what they can learn the transit, how they'll be affected by the transit. And so I said and I was very, very empathetic, and it was a very, very well written out email. It wasn't just an impulsive email that I did. I really thought it out very, very carefully. And I said, I know that you are proud of what you do. I began the email with that. But I did say at the end, I encourage you to spread the word and consider changing how you do your horoscopes. Not you must change your horoscopes. You should do this way. Because I don't want to tell people what to do and force people what to do. You could do this. You could consider doing this, but you don't have to. That's what I said. And I will be floored if this person took it as I was telling them what to do and I was insulting and I was rubbing up against and butting heads with his own profession and his own pride and joy in his own life's work. It so angers me that this person's pride and joy and passions are the same or the same as mine, and yet this person's more popular than I am. Like, it angers me. Like, I feel so jealous, and I cannot get over that feeling of jealousy that I have for this person. Male, Mars and Gemini, really love astrology, go deep with it, but yeah, you're different. Like, then there's also another YouTuber who, well, does something different than me. He does cooking, but he showed off his YouTube play button. Oh my gosh, if this person shows off his YouTube play button when he reaches 100,000 subscribers, I will be absolutely livid because I could not stand it when creators show off their play buttons in videos because it's like you're bigger and better than everybody else and making everybody else feel small and look small and be insignificant and instead of just the humility, instead of just you or who you are sharing what you want to share, doing what you want to do. It's because you want to do it for the purity, for the innocence of just, for the real merry motive of sharing what you want to share. Your mirror motives are not to marry by showing that plaque. Often to this other person shared his plaque, and I was like, you shouldn't have done that because you have all this following and you just made yourself so bigger and better. And I'm telling you, that was the wrong move to make because it caused me to screenshot it and make a song using this person's name and sing a song about this person. Well, that is to say, feeling against this person. You're making enemies more than you are friends if you decide to show that darn thing off. So it's just the post was like what started me just cooking and become this amazing community and thank you for your all support. Like that would have been enough to just say that in a post and not a picture, multiple pictures of you showing off that plaque. And so if this person shows off their play button, that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back in my mind. That will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I cannot stand it when creators show that thing off. And I will not participate in digital insanity because that is what it is. It's vanity and it's digital insanity. I'm going to be absolutely blunt with you. I'm going to be real with you. If you show off your plaque, if you show off your YouTube play button, you are participating in digital insanity. Okay? That's what I need you to know. Like I'm just so furious about this, and I'm just so passionate about this. That this is the way that I'm delivering this message, and I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to change it, and I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to calm down when I feel so passionate and so angry at this. Like, I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. I don't censor myself on videos. So, um, you know, I can't just listen with humility to this person. Listen with curiosity. I just, if I was with him watching his own videos with him, I would just belittle him to death. I would be very, very critical and very, very judgmental because you are making me look small and you are taking away from my light, my creative energy, my creative uh uh self-expression. It's mine, not yours, mine. So that's how I would feel. And if I was at his house and he was doing those every day, I would be doing the same. In fact, more if I felt like doing more authentically, doing my podcast, probably going longer, his. Um, and he would be doing it and I would be doing it, and yeah, we would be doing the same thing. And oh, don't tell me I can't do it in your house. Don't tell me I can't do it while you're doing it because you're trying to do your thing. I'm going to do my thing the way that I want to do it, and I want to shine my creative light, and you're not going to take it away from me. And that's the point that I want to make next. The moral of the story here, as I've said in previous videos, do not let somebody on social media, no matter who it is, whatever profession, whatever niche, whatever area that they're in, do not let them take away from your own life. Do not let them take away from what you makes you happy because you're so jealous of them and you're comparing yourself, comparing yourself to them. Get out of your ego. Like one of the message, like I'm telling you, one of the messages for my signs for the month of May that somebody that I follow did is like, don't compare yourself to anybody. Well, you know what? I'm comparing myself, and here I am in May 2026 comparing myself. I'm saying, do not let anybody take away from your life. Do not let anybody take away from what you want to do and what you want to express. No matter how popular they are, no matter how pretty they are, no matter how knowledgeable they are, no matter how rich they are, no matter how skilled they are in that profession, no matter how well trained, and no matter like, oh, I've been doing this longer than you have. Oh, you're gonna see me doing this for a long, long, long time. Let me tell you, I'm just getting started, but just wait. 5, 10 years from now, you're gonna see me just blossom into this beautiful field of flowers and all these daffodils and all these daisies and all these roses. I am going to be so in my own self, in my creativity, in my values, that I'm going to shine. I'm going to shine. I'm going to be great. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. Because I authentically want to be. I'm not comparing myself to somebody else. Take up space and don't allow yourself to get jealous of somebody to 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 feed the jealousy and allow it to take over your whole being like I am doing, I will admit, of of feeling like you're taking up so much space, but this tree is bigger than your tree. This person is, taking up so much more space than you, and getting so much more recognition, getting comments and getting a huge following and all these things, and even on Spotify getting comments. Social media can really, 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 really drain you and really, really make you very, very unhappy in your life. I'm telling you, it can really, 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 really do that for you. Cut yourself off from those individuals. Cut yourself off if you feel jealous. Disassociate. Um, just push them away. Don't let, well, I mean, that is to say, don't let them take away from your light. Don't let anyone take away from your light and what you enjoy doing because they seem to be doing it better and they seem to get a lot more be a lot more popular for it and get a lot more recognition than you are currently experiencing and getting in your life. You may be popular and you may get all these likes and all this following, but you know what? You know what? You are not better than me. I am very, 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 very good. I speak very, very insightfully about things. I am very, very, I give deeper interpretations. I give my own personal experiences with it. I really, really feel and lean into what I'm talking about. I really, really get intimate with the signs, with the placements that I discuss. I also give meaningful horoscopes. I will list out all these things that I feel so good about myself, and I can because I'm worthy of doing it. I'm worthy of listing all these things that I feel good about myself. Oh, you have to be humble. Oh, you have to be modest. Well, I'm not going to be. If if I feel so good about myself, I'm going to express what I feel good about myself. The things that I feel good about myself having those qualities. I can express that, and I will express that, and I will shine as bright as the sun. You're shining so bright, and I think that you're shining even brighter than me, but I will shine bright and not let anyone take away my own light, not let anyone take away my own joy, my own authenticity, my own creative expression, my own passion, my own heart and soul into what I am doing and why I want to do it, the way that I do it. To this person, I'm saying, don't you dare criticize my videos in a very, very neutral and professional and intelligent way. Don't even, don't even, don't even go there. My videos are perfectly fine. They are rich with insight. They are rich with information. Are they better than yours? Well, it's just different. Maybe they're longer, or maybe they're deeper sometimes, but it's still very, very good. Like yours is still very, very good. It doesn't have to be a competition. You'd have to take somebody down because you think that their videos are better, and or you just have a problem with your videos. Like if this person is going to come to me and be so analytical and critical and neutrally more mature and calmer and more refined and more put together than I will be. Well, I don't even want to hear that because I am worthy to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. And my videos are perfectly fine and they're wonderful, great, beautiful videos. So, no, you're not going to criticize my videos. You're not going to take down me and do all that. So, with all that to say, you don't let anyone steal your light. You can have it too. You can have it too. You can have what they have too. You can shine too. You can be as bright as they are. But don't do it from an egoic place, and don't do it from a place of comparisonitis and trying to prove yourself and trying to compete against these people and trying to, do all that because it can easily become a competition and it becomes about you trying to become better than this person and you take away from your own heart and soul and what you just genuinely want to do from your heart and soul, from your authenticity. So don't give into it. I want this person to see this and hear what I have to say and maybe like this video and understand where I am coming from with this. Honestly, 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 honestly. So that is really, I've said my piece. I've gotten out what I needed to get out with this. Thank you for tuning into this rather dramatic and Leo expression of a podcast episode. No takebacks, no apologies for it. That what you say is what you get. Okay, what you hear is what you get. Tune in for the next episode. Could be that episode on talking to my 12-year-old self and doing all that, or could be another episode entirely. Who knows? Thank you for hearing me rant and go off. I hope that you found value out of it. And I hope that you will tune in for my episode on Pluto retrograde um tomorrow for the 12 signs, which is in my other podcast. And anyway, safe travels if that's even okay to say. And bye for now, everybody. I will see you on the next episode of the Real Me podcast. Until next time, take good care.